Hello, the Big D is rocking and rolling this Friday afternoon. Funny, we'll be talking about the team in the home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Cleveland Browns, before I talk about the Browns and maybe Cleveland's rocking and rolling quarterback. Please God, like and share the Spunky Spectrum Sports YouTube page where you can only see the screen, but all the Big D podcasts videos I upload. Speaking of the Big D podcast, you can check me out Spotify and Apple. So, whew, about this. Did anybody have Joe Flacco as Cleveland's four-string quarterback leading the Browns to the playoffs? Not me. Not me, but the Cleveland Browns are back in the playoffs for the first time since 2020 after defeating the New York Jets 37-20 on Thursday Night Football. And you know what? You can see some quarterbacks fit certain teams. Pat Mahomes fits the Kansas City Chiefs. Josh Allen fits the Bills. Tom Brady fit the Patriots. Peyton Manning fit the Colts. Right now, Joe Flacco fits the Cleveland Browns a lot better than Deshaun Watson. Cleveland's been a mess with quarterbacks. I think the Browns are going through more than their fair share of quarterbacks, even this year. But, when Cleveland made the Deshaun Watson trade, that seemed almost like a panic move because it basically said we can't figure out the quarterback position. And maybe it was because Baker was the number one pick and Baker lacked the maturity and faced the pressure of being the number one overall pick in a draft with other quarterbacks of being Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Lamar, but Baker really wasn't the one-on-one. Deshaun was sort of a weird guy. I mean, yeah, Deshaun won a national championship with Clemson, put up gaudy numbers with Houston, but then had all those paternity and off the field issues with Houston, and really with the quarterback, you don't want any negativity. You don't want your quarterback being a celebrity. You don't want your quarterback being cocky. You don't want your quarterback with 30 million lawsuits from massage therapists in Houston. And Joe Flacco has been around a long time. I mean, yeah, Flacco might be 38, might not be what he was in Baltimore, but he fits Cleveland. Joe Flacco has always been able to throw the football and throw the football a long way. I mean, remember those throws he made against the Broncos a decade ago. And in his 5 games with starting with the Browns, Joe Flacco has looked like Joe Flacco 2.0. I mean, I think Flacco's like one of the 4 or 5 highest throws in his first 5 games with his new team. I mean, Flacco has, in his 5 starts, has thrown for 254, 311, 374, 368, and 309 yards. 1,616 yards, 13 touchdowns. I think Deshaun Watson has thrown for 14 touchdowns in his whole Cleveland Brown career. And what Joe Flacco's done is he made everybody better. He's made Amari Cooper better, even though Amari Cooper didn't play last night. Elijah Moore better. David Njoku better. And Cleveland's doing this without one of the best running backs in football, Nick Chubb, a host of offensive linemen, and Joe Flacco's just putting up big-time numbers. I mean, that throw he made the David Njoku was great. How about the little dump off to Jerome Ford for a touchdown? Anybody saw Jerome Ford last night in your fantasy championship? You're probably digging in, but Flacco fits this offense, and what a job Kevin Stefanski's done. I mean, offensive line coach, remember, Joe Flacco was with the New York Jets the last 3 years. The Jets could have had him once Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles, but apparently the Jets thought Joe Flacco wasn't good enough, and how about Cleveland? Not just schooling the Jets, but schooling the Jets with Flacco. So you know, the Browns 10-5, depending on what happens with Miami and Baltimore, maybe still in contention for the AFC North, but otherwise, I mean, the AFC is wide open this year. I mean, the Kansas City Chiefs can't figure out how to catch passes. The Jaguars, yeah, the Bills have caught fire, but we know Buffalo crumbles in the moment. Yeah, Baltimore looks like the best team, but Lamar's only got one playoff win in his whole career. I mean, Miami, but two hasn't stolen an NFL playoff game. And then and then a bunch of other backup quarterbacks. Joe Flacco's got a Super Bowl ring, which a lot of guys can't say. I mean, saying, yeah, you don't want Joe Flacco running around the pocket, but Joe Flacco can make the throws. And in this offense, I think having a grown-up who's been there a long time makes sense because we've seen with these West Coast offenses, having a grown-up can just relax everyone. I mean, Kirk Cousins made Justin Jefferson into an even better wide receiver, or what Matthew Stafford has done with Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua in Los Angeles. Flacco's made everybody better. Amari Cooper's put up big numbers. David Njoku's been big. If anybody started David Njoku the last few weeks because they say, oh, Joe Flacco loves his tight ends, Joe Flacco has certainly loved David Njoku. And the Browns are a definite playoff team. In fact, funny you mentioned the Browns. I think this is the first time since '94 that the Browns and the Detroit Lions both made the playoffs. It's fun to see two fan bases that are finally getting some positivity and will get playoff football in 2023. Of course, the Lions are getting a home game, and we'll see if the Browns get a home game. But Cleveland will be rocking and rolling, and Joe Flacco has been huge. I mean, we'll see whether or not the Browns are a definite playoff contender. I mean, I think you could say anybody is an AFC contender this year without Cincinnati, LA, a few other teams. I mean, the AFC is so wide open, and I can't believe Joe Flacco might lead the Browns to a playoff win 0-2, 0-3, 0-4. It's just 2023, but what Kevin Stefanski's done without Chubb, Watson, Lyman, Grant Delphin in the secondary, it's good. It's unbelievable. I mean, you probably say Kevin Stefanski, Sean McVay, or Shane Steichen. One of those three will probably win Coach of the Year. And it's funny going in the next week's game against the Bengals. Think back to 2021. The Bengals didn't really play anybody against the Browns. If Baltimore beats Miami, Cleveland might pull the role reverse where the Browns don't play anybody. So obviously, just getting a doll in the room, and whether Joe Flacco's the long-term answer, he's 38, past his prime. I mean, but right now, Joe Flacco's better than Deshaun Watson now. We'll see whether or not fit-wise Joe Flacco could be the guy going forward, but Cleveland is, I mean, for the first time since the late 80s, early 90s, the Browns aren't just a playoff team, but a team that could end up in the AFC Championship game or maybe Vegas. Can't believe I'm saying that. Can't believe I'm saying that. The Browns could end up in Vegas. Oof. And I bet, and maybe having an offensive mind coach helps Flacco because Flacco didn't put up those numbers with the Jets the past few years. And I mean, Jets are defensively not as well. Well, Rob Saleh, defensive mind coach, and Joe Douglas still can't figure out the quarterback position. So not only did Joe Flacco lead the Browns to the playoffs, but in a revenge spot against the Jets. So, so he's looking greener, and I will see you later.